fully true, or sometimes it's to avoid maybe even a conflict at home. Some lies are said for a good cause, but does that mean that is not a lie, or does it mean that it makes it less like it is not a bad thing simply because, well, that one was done maybe to protect someone's feelings or to maybe avoid conflict? Some of those situations that people find themselves, and then they tell that small lie, like we call it, maybe just to avoid that conflict. Sometimes maybe it's even to avoid a punishment. Hello? Sometimes even to avoid a punishment, sometimes it's to protect someone's feelings, and sometimes even to get out of a difficult situation. But when you look deeper, the question remains, does the size of the lie actually reduce its impact? Because in many situations, what starts as something small can slowly create misunderstanding, confusion, and even mistrust between people. And at home, it can even affect the relationship between parents and even children, husband and wife, or even sibling, or once trust is affected, even simple conversations can begin to feel suspicious. And in society, when people begin to normalize small lies, it can gradually affect how people trust each other. So let us hear from you. Let us hear what your opinion is today on the Speed Lane. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, your host on the show this morning. We are talking about lies. Is there anything like a small lie? Like do you think that there is any lie that can be placed to that side? Well, this one is harmless, and then it doesn't cause anything, maybe it doesn't put anyone to be hurt, it doesn't do this, so then that lie is actually justified. Call in and let us hear from you. Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us hear from you. If you think that there is anything like a small lie, or is a lie just a lie, whether it's big or it's small, like it's still a lie, it doesn't matter, even if it was done for a good cause. And also, when you're talking about this, when you're sharing your opinion, make sure you actually put yourself in that picture. If someone lied to you, maybe it was even to protect your feelings, or maybe to avoid conflict between we two. If you found out, would you take offense? Like, okay, you should have just told me the truth. Like, this is also hurtful. Like, would you be more hurt about the fact that the person lied to protect your feelings, or would you like be more hurt that, okay, this is something that I should have known the truth? There are situations like that, and it gets one confused. Okay, should I actually appreciate that this person lied to protect my feelings, or should I be mad that this person actually lied? So let us hear from you. What do you think? Is there anything like a small lie? Hello. All right, you can still call us back. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and this morning on the show we are talking about lies. You also can call in and be part of this conversation. Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. We are talking about lies. So tell us what you think. Is there anything like a small lie, or is a lie always a lie, no matter what it was done, even if it was for a good cause, if it was maybe even to protect someone's feelings, or it was maybe to do something good? Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Nathan. I'm calling from Makodi.
Welcome to the show, Nick.
Yeah. As regarding lies, as far as I am concerned, a lie will always be a lie. Nevertheless, it comes in categories. There is what you can call a small lie, and there's what you can call a bigger lie. Like, for example, in the Catholic doctrine, there is what they call a mortal sin and a venial sin.
Okay.
I read it from a book. The venial sins are small sins that can be forgiven. Like just regular like small lies and stuff. Then the mortal sins are sins that cannot be forgiven. Like you deliberate acts that are offensive to God. So, like, for example, if maybe someone, a cousin of mine, lost his money, like maybe 2K, and he's trying to make a fuss about it, causing pandemonium around the house. And I decide to lie to him that I'm the one that took the money urgently, and I gave back the money to him just to save the trouble.
Okay, even when you are not the one that took the money, you just gave him your own money.
Yes. Would you call that what would you call that?
You tell us. So you're the one who came up with that example. So you tell us.
I don't know. It's just a food for thought.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right.
So that's just my little contribution this morning.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick, for calling in to be part of the show this morning. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this morning on the Speed Lane, we are talking about lies. You also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Call in, let us hear your opinion. Is there anything like a small lie? Does it matter, or is a lie? Like whether it is small, whether it is big, and in no situation is it justified. Let us hear what you think on lies this morning on the Speed Lane. And we heard from Nick, and he started by saying that first of all, a lie will always be a lie, whether big or small. It is still a lie. But then the small lies, he says, for the small lies, maybe that is kind of like a good lie. And he gave an example. If you have something to maybe even comment on that, you can actually call in and then share your thoughts. He says it's a food for thought, for someone to actually think about. Because imagine the situation that he explained, it was for a good cause, or you were just trying to let maybe the little child not make a fuss, out of looking for the money and the stuff like that. And you decided to pay your money and tell him that you're the one that took it. So in that situation, is that one also like maybe a small lie, and therefore it is harmless? Let us hear from you, in general, when we are talking about lies. Is there anything like a small lie? Do you think that any lie is maybe justified because this one is a small one? What is your opinion? Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us hear from you. Let us hear what is your opinion. Is there anything like a small lie? Is there any situation where you say, okay, this lie is harmless because it's a small lie? And let us just hear what you think in general, because this is something that people come across, in daily life, where people think I'm just doing the right thing because if I say, well, if I tell the truth in this situation, then it's going to hurt somebody, or it's going to maybe cause a conflict. So maybe I should just tell a small lie so people know exactly, so people don't get offended, or maybe people don't think of the situation as much, or maybe a conflict doesn't arise. There are different reasons that people look for those small lies, but then sometimes it's completely unnecessary. But people say, well, it's harmless, it's not going to hurt anybody, so why do I have to? Now the problem is, what of when it is actually discovered? Hello,
the Asking Radio.
Yes, it's Asking Radio. Good morning to you, sir.
Okay. Baba 75, Sylvester from Medbank.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Sylvester.
Right. Thank you very much.
Go on.
The topic of discussion there is just a single word. The lie is a lie. There is no two lies. There is never a small lie or a big lie. Lie is lie. So nobody should bend it. Don't say it, you say the truth. And then the truth shall set you free. When Jesus made that statement in the book of John chapter 8 verse 32, say the truth. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So that never a time when Jesus say tell lie, the lie will set you free. Lie is lie, so we should run away from it. Let us try as much as possible to say the truth, even under severe persecution. Take to God and say the truth. Even though it takes your life, God will never forget you in the revelation.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Baba Sylvester, for calling in to be part of the show this morning. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this morning we are talking about lies. So let us hear from you. Let us hear what your thoughts are. Is there anything like a small lie? Is there anywhere where a lie is justified? Because some people say this one is just a small lie. It's something that happens, even in everyday life, in families, between friendships, different places, even at workplaces. Some people say, well, it's just a small lie. And it has gone so far to the extent that people don't even maybe we think about it like, I just told a lie. That one is a normal thing. It has gotten normalized to that point. So let us hear what your thoughts are on lies this morning on the speed lane. Is there anything like a small lie? Does a small lie mean okay, it's not as deep as what some people would term as the bigger lie? Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us hear from you. We are talking about lies this morning on the speed lane. Is there anything like a small lie? Call in and let us hear from you, because people keep differentiating like, okay, this one was harmless because it was for a good cause. And that example that Nick gave earlier. Hello,
Marysyntia Hangeior.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Always bring these topics which are controversial, funny, and so on.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Aston.
What is a small lie? A lie is a lie. Whether as big as an elephant, as small as a cricket is a lie. Is it not so?
Okay.
It has the same purpose. So a lie is a lie. Big or small or medium or anything is a lie.
Okay.
Serves the purpose of a lie, so it's a lie.
All right.
That's the way I look at it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Asensambi, for calling in to be part of the show this morning.
Yeah, a lie is a lie.
All right. We get that. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. You also can call in and let us hear what you think this morning on the Speed Lane. We are talking about lies. Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Nathan, calling back.
Okay, Nathan, welcome back to the show.
Yeah. I also want to make a correction. My name isn't Nick.
All right,
It's
go
Nick.
on.
No. I just wanted to
Okay,
make a
that was
correction
it.
about my name.
All right, we get you. Thank you for calling in to just make that correction. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and this morning we are talking about lies. You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Is there anything like a small lie? Is there any situation where we say this one is a small lie, so we should just waive it, because it doesn't mean that much? We heard from Mr. Asensambi, and he is saying that there is nothing like that. Big as an elephant, small as a cricket, it is still a lie. Hello. All right, you can still call back. Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. We are talking about lies. So call in and let us hear your thoughts. Let us hear your opinions. And when we move, even to wider society, lies can take on different forms. Sometimes it's not even the direct lies. It can be hiding information, maybe giving incomplete truth. Some people say maybe a whole large part of the truth, and then maybe towards the end they just end with kind of a small lie, because maybe they don't want people to maybe react a certain way, or saying things that are not fully accurate to avoid the consequence. And even in, let's say, maybe I'll give an example, like even in workplaces, people make certain lies. Maybe, okay, this is the time I came here, or this is what I had done, knowing fully well that, okay, this lie might not affect anything, but then it was still told to the person. Like, you still told that lie, maybe to your boss, to your parents, maybe to your friends, but then knowing fully well that, okay, this is not going to affect anything, this is not going to hurt them, but then it is still a lie. So why is it necessary to now tell that lie, knowing that, okay, it's not going to affect them, it's not going to have any impact on them? But was it necessary? Sometimes people do this maybe to just give themselves a good face, like, okay, I know that it's not necessary to say a lie here, but then I want to have this good face, or I want to seem like what I am not, forgetting that sometimes some of these things actually go as far as maybe hurting people. Just even creating yourself, posing yourself as maybe not being trustworthy. Because imagine someone finding out that you lied about something as little as this. Hello? If someone finding out that you lied about something as little as this, it now creates that, doubt. Like, if someone can actually lie about something like this, then what about the bigger things? And before you know it, it becomes a habit and you start covering up. Or sometimes, people make say a little lie and feel like this one is a small lie and it doesn't affect anything. They don't even overthink it as much as I am talking about right now. And then before you know, the next hours they have to say something else to cover up the lie that they initially made, and then they have to go. It just keeps going. Something that started as a small thing, actually grows into a big thing. So come in and let us hear your opinion on lies this morning. Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. We are talking about lies this morning on the speed lane. So do well to call in and let us hear your opinion. Is there anything like a small lie? Hello? Yes, good morning. Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Usman. I'm calling from...
Could you be audible? We can't hear you clearly.
Hello?
Yes, go on. All right, you can still call us back on 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us hear you on lies. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Dennis. I'm calling from Chioma.
Could you speak up louder?
I am Dennis.
All right, welcome to the show, Dennis. Go on.
Hello?
Yes, I can get you, Dennis. Go on.
Okay. There is no big lie or small lie.
Okay, that is too low. Maybe, Dennis, you have to call us back because you're finding it difficult to get to you. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Vincent Nambro from Plateau State.
Emmanuel?
Vincent from Mika.
All right, welcome to the show.
Yes,
You're calling from Plateau State?
yes, ma'am.
All right, we're in Plateau State.
Mika local government.
Oh, all right. Hope you're doing fine over there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go on. We are talking about lies.
Yes, life is a lie. There is no any big lie and small lie. Yes, because if you do anything...
Oh, okay. We appreciate you calling all the way from Plateau State to be part of the show this morning. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are talking about lies this morning on the show. So call in and let us hear your opinion on lies. Is there anything like a small lie? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I am Dennis Demkoa.
All right.
Calling from kilometer 13 Boko Road, Macaulay.
Welcome back to the show, Dennis.
Morning, welcome.
Go on. We are talking about lies.
There's nothing like big or small lie. Any statement that doesn't have a moral justification, that is a lie. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show this morning. Keep your calls coming in. Mr. Denny says there is nothing like a big or small lie. any statement that doesn't have that truth in it cannot be justified because it is still a lie. But there are tougher situations where people, where people say, okay, we are just trying to protect something like this. If people know that this is something, then they are going to react this way. They are going to say, maybe they are going to feel hurt, or they are going to do something bad. Hello.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mr. Simon, calling from Daudu.
All right, welcome to the show, Mr. Simon.
There's no, it's no lie, and lie is lie. There's no small one there. That's my contribution.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. This morning, we are talking about lies, and it's the speed lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. We are talking about lies, different forms of lies, whether the ones that people term as small lies, the ones that people term as big lies, lies even when it comes to relationships, even in marriages, how, different things that it leads to. If you have been there, then whether in workplaces, whether in churches, whether in marketplaces, someone just tells you that this is the new product, and then you end up purchasing it because they are trying to sell something, and they're like, okay, this one is fresh, and then you were actually looking for something that is fresh. Someone not knowing your reason for maybe wanting that stuff just tries to sell their own product to you, and then you ending up getting it without knowing, okay, what this is going to do to anybody. So let us talk about lies this morning, like we have been doing. Call in and let us hear from you. Let us also hear on the effects. How do you think that this affects relationships, individuals, and even different aspects of the society at large? Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Let us hear your thoughts on lies. Call in and let us hear what you have to say. If you think that it is, hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Matthew.
All right, Matthew, where are you calling? Do you say Matthew?
Yes, Matthew.
All right, where are you calling from? All right, could you speak up louder?
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, a lie is a lie. The antonym for a lie is truth. In the court of law, they will say, I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So if you tell a lie, you have told nothing but a lie. So help you God. No matter the category.
All right. So how do you think, Matthew? How do you think that, is there any situation that you will say that a lie actually has effects? Because if something is bad, then it has effects, right? So can you mention one thing?
Okay, for example, if I'm a furniture designer, so if I tell my customer, come on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Matthew, for calling in to share that with us. But I think I know what he was about to say about being a furniture designer, or even tell us this come come tomorrow or come on Sunday and you're going to get it, and someone maybe even spends their time, creates time to actually come there and then get something from you. But at the end of the day, you weren't going to show up, or you weren't going to deliver. And sometimes why it might seem like it's not some people's fault, some persons do this on purpose. That reminds me of how people actually do that on purpose. Like, I'm going to have your clothes ready, I'm going to have your furniture ready by Thursday, so you come and get it. And then a person takes their time, maybe even creates space, and then comes to get that stuff, and you don't have it ready. You didn't do it. So to me, that is something that will break my trust. Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Welcome back to the show, Matthew.
So I was trying to give an example. I said I'm a furniture designer. And if I tell my customer or my client to come on Wednesday for his product, which he paid for, and on Wednesday morning he calls me and tell me how far, is my job ready? And I see that I've done up to like 80% of it. And I decide to tell him that I'm done, just come later. And then, unfortunately, something goes wrong, like maybe there is no light for me to just give the final finishing touches to the job. And the person happens to come without notice to my shop.
Yes.
to collect his stuff because I already told him that he's ready. You see that it was just a small lie because I thought I could cover it up.
Yeah.
But now, unfortunately, I'm not done with the job. And the customer is.
Okay.
So you see how much that will affect, that small lie will affect my business. Now, there's a very thin line between trust and distrust. So if you happen to treat someone like that and the person loses trust in you, you know what it takes to gain trust back. As a matter of fact, to some level, you can never gain trust.
Yes, sometimes it's never regained.
Yes.
All right.
So it is what it is. I'm enjoying your program.
All right. Thank you so much, Matthew, for calling in to be part of the show this morning. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show this morning. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are talking about lies. You also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us hear your opinion. We are talking about lies, and tell us how you think that it affects, how lies even affects, the home, effect of lies in the home, effect of lies even in relationship, marriages, friends, partners, friendships, effect of lies even in society, in workplaces, in marketplaces, because people tell this and it's becoming normalized, every single place. That one was harmless. Hello.
Yeah, good morning,
Yes, good morning to you, Mr. Dennis Yarif.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I just tuned on my radio now and heard the topic you're discussing. Lies is part of human nature, but when it becomes a habit, then it's very destructive. Why did I say it's part of human nature? I remember as kids back in the days while we are in boarding schools, there were times you had to lie to escape some punishment. You understand? Those are lies of convenience. But when you lie to the point of your own integrity being on stake, and then it becomes something else. And some people are just born, perpetual liars.
Okay.
They lie to you without even blinking their eyes. You understand? I'll give you an example. I don't want to call somebody who's a very respected person in the state here.
Okay.
Who he will give you all the assurances of what it is that you're supposed to do tomorrow. Tomorrow he will tell you he didn't tell you such things yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I had an encounter where he asked me to call him the next day, very something is just like you will just take it to the bank. When I called his phone the next day, he picked his phone and said the owner of the phone was not around.
Oh, okay.
Somebody picked his phone to tell you that the owner of the phone is not around. So you should know what it means. So some people are just like that. But they come with consequences. You understand?
Yeah.
When you lie and think you've gotten an immediate gain, then the consequences await you as front. And then once people identify you as a liar and it goes around, then your credibility as a person is already gone to the dustbin. So I of all people tell people that yes, there are petty lies you can lie. It's just like maybe we lie on phones. Are you in town? No, I'm not. Sometimes it's not convenient for you to see the person, but when you begin to lie about even things that will be traced back to you,
All right.
to me, it's not a good habit.
All right.
It's not a good habit for somebody.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show this morning. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are talking about lies. You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. Let us hear your thoughts this morning on lies. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Otesistemo, calling from Seto Village, Benue State.
All right. Welcome to the show, Tessie.
talking for the lies. Lies is lie. That's what I want to clearly tell you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling in to share that with us. OTC says lies are lies. It doesn't matter. Lies are just lies. That is all he wants to say. So you can keep your calls calling in. We heard from Mr. Dennis Sharif earlier saying that lies is kind of part of human nature. But when it becomes a habit, it is destructive, because sometimes he gave examples. I like how people are really bringing those examples. It means that we know what is actually going on, what happens, and then to what extent sometimes it goes. He mentioned, okay, there are times maybe in school you're trying to escape a punishment, or that maybe if you say something like this, even if it's not a bad thing, it might probably maybe implicate you, and you're trying to save yourself, maybe the beating and all of those things. People lie for convenience, but then when it gets to the point where it becomes a habit, and you have to lie about every single thing instead of just saying the truth, or instead of just standing your ground, if this is what you believe, or if this is what the case is, then it becomes destructive. And Matthew earlier, I like that example about furniture. Like, you thought it was going to be ready, so in that situation it would have been better to tell the customer that this is not ready yet, but this is the stage I am on. So I would work on that, and the moment I'm done, maybe I'll call you and then communicate, or do call me before you come in to get the stuff, because by then I should confirm whether it's ready or not. There are different situations that would have protected it. So sometimes people tell a lie feeling that I would be able to defend it, or I'll be able to keep covering up until nothing will be exposed. But some of those lies come with real consequences, and we'll talk about how it affects families, how it affects marriages, how it affects customer client relationships. Just like that example that we mentioned, even in society, people begin to trust each other generally. False information spreads easily, reduces honesty even in daily interactions. If you came in saying that this is what I am going to do for you as your community leader, and then you ended up not doing something like that, lies, the next time people are not going to trust you to maybe even put that leadership into your hands. If in your maybe even in marriages, sometimes you came in and say, okay, this is just a small lie, I'm just saying this is where I was, because I know that my wife doesn't like for me to drink, and then I just have to tell her that I didn't go there. But sometimes if that lie is discovered, even if you didn't go to do a bad thing, then it looks like you had something to hide. That is why you told a lie in the first place. Even in workplaces, once you're tagged, that figure of this person lies a lot, then it becomes difficult to actually believe you. And there are times where maybe you're someone who is known as a perpetual liar, and then when you're telling the truth, everyone is just looking at you like, isn't all this one is crocodile tears, and we know what he or she can do, and it is all lies. Even when it comes to churches, some people even tell lies, even in that place, sitting down and knowing that people are vulnerable and people will buy whatever they are saying. People will do this. People will just try to, I trust this person enough to put this in their hands. But the moment one person figures it out, like, this is a lie anyway, and then keeps sharing it, and other people discover, even on your side, it affects that trust that people had for you. Whatever you're doing, sometimes you feel like, this is not going to affects the other person, but then it can affect you even if it doesn't affect the other person, or at least something that you care about. So call in and let us hear from you. Number for you to call is 08084 for asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. We are talking about lies today on the Speed Lane. So call in and let us hear from you. Let us hear how you think that this affects us at different levels, whether it comes to families, whether it comes to friendships, even when it comes to business. And there's one thing even about this business that people say, well, it's safe because you have to be smart. Some people tell these small lies and feel like I am just being smart about it, right? Like, I'm just trying to be smart and I'm trying to gain, because if I don't do this, then I am not going to succeed in this business. But does that justify the lie? Because you're playing with people's trust. I mean, if you're doing things, maybe you have clients, you have customers, then you're playing with people's trust, right, in that situation. So is it ever justified? And the answer is no. From what we have been hearing, even everyone has been saying, or all those who have called, there's nobody that has said that, well, it is permitted here, or it is not a lie simply because it's a small one, or you were supposed to maybe gain from it. So you can still call in quickly before we go this morning. Number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. We are talking about lies. Call in and tell us how you think this actually affects us at different levels in the society, and what you think would be the way out. What we can actually do instead, personally, individually, even as families. Hello. All right, you can still call us back and tell us what you think that would be the solution. Because if you say you want to go to everybody and tell them that do not tell lies, there are people who swear that I don't tell a lie, but then they are lying to a kid that well, I am going to do this for you, I am going to do, just to make that child to keep quiet. I'm going to buy this for you. I'm going to buy you an aeroplane, when you're not sure you're going to get that. So with time, that child gets to maybe distrust you. Like every time mommy says this and she doesn't even do it. So why do I trust that you're going to do this for me? Or some even go about looking for maybe their own solutions, knowing fully well that whenever you said this, you were always lying. So while you might think that, okay, this is a harmless lie, or it's just a small lie and it doesn't affect as much, when it comes to the people that you are dealing with, it actually affects. So what can we do if standing by the truth might make you feel uncomfortable? Why not just stay silent, or why not just say anything and then allow people to think what they think, or allow whatever is going to be to just be, when you think that, okay, the truth is actually too heavy for you to bear. And then when it comes to the small lies, if you know that it's not going to affect anybody, it's not going to do anything, and even if it is going to affect someone, isn't it better to actually maybe tell the truth and then let people deal with it and then heal from it? Because you feel like, okay, this is something that I am just saying to cover up for this situation, or to make sure that no one is feeling bad, or there is no conflict. But what of when it escalates, or when there are more questions? Do you also cover that with a lie, from a little lie to a bigger lie? And it's something that affects relationships, something that affects friendships, something that affects even in workplaces and churches, whatever place you find people normalizing things like lies. So if you can call in quickly, you still catch up with us. And the number for you to call is 08084 asking. That is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us hear from you on lives this morning on the Speed Lane. And I am your host. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. So if you have something you have to say on this issue of lies, call in and let us hear from you. Now, lies may solve a short-term problem, but often creates bigger long-term damage to trust, and even to some of those things that you have with people. Why you think that, well, this is just something I have to solve immediately? Why not think about what is going to happen in the future? If this person has more questions, do I still come up with more lies? I mean, for some people, that is no problem. They can come up with as many lies to cover up for the previous lies, but for how long? And one thing about human beings, one thing that is special about human beings, most people are able to tell when someone is a lie, even if you have never been caught, or someone doesn't actually say, I know you are lying. They know it somehow, or they can feel it somehow, and slowly there is that trust issues that it starts to create. And even when you're telling the truth, no one would actually be able to save you, because they know you for lying, or they know that this is what you've been, or this is the kind of person that you are, which is not something good to be identified for, whether in your family, whether in society, whether in your community. And that is it for the Speed Lane today. And we have been talking about lies. I have been your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And also coming up next at 10 a.m. after the news is King James 90s Top 10 right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And until then, Don't forget to remember that a lie may protect a moment, but it destroys our trust over time. Keep enjoying music of your life.
Hello, my Cudi. Asking Radio